Blossom end rot is that black, leathery patch on the bottom of a tomato. You think it is three problems: black bottoms, split skins, flowers dropping, but it is one. Your tomato is not short of food. It is fed up with watering that swings from bone dry to soaking wet. I am McCall. I drive buses in Belfast, and today we get the tomatoes steady. So start by thinking of a tomato's whole season as a rising thirst. When you first prick out a little seedling, it wants very little, just a damp, gentle start, easy to give. Then it grows, the stem thickens, the leaves spread wide, and every warm day it breathes out more water than the day before. By the time it is flowering, it is drinking properly, and once the trusses are loaded with swelling fruit, on a hot day in July, a big plant in a grow bag can empty that bag by tea time. That is the part most people miss. A tomato is thirstier at the end of its life than at any point before it. The gentle watering that kept it happy back in May will leave it gasping in August. So the plant is not asking you for one fixed amount of water. It is asking you to climb a ladder alongside it, giving a little more as the season warms and the fruit fills out. Get on that ladder too late, and the swings begin. Miss one hot afternoon at fruiting time, and you have already sown the trouble you will actually see a fortnight later. Now those three complaints I opened with, let me show you they are the same fault wearing three different faces. Blossom end rot. That black sunken bottom is the famous one. The whole internet will tell you it is a calcium shortage, so you crush eggshells and buy a bottle of calcium feed. Save your money. In most British composts, the calcium is already sitting there. The trouble is that calcium can only reach the fruit by riding along on a steady stream of water. And when your watering keeps stopping and starting, the far tip of the fruit gets cut off and its cells collapse. Adding more calcium to soil that has plenty is like posting more letters down a road that is closed. Nothing gets through until the road you're watering is open and steady. Splitting is the very same story from the other side. A plant kept dry, then suddenly flooded, drinks so fast that the flesh swells and bursts a skin that had already set firm, and flowers dropping without setting is a plant swinging between drought and drenching, deciding it simply cannot afford to carry fruit right now. One cause, three faces, not three shopping trips. So why do British tomatoes cop this so badly? When a tomato in a warm country field often just gets on with life. Two reasons, and they stack on top of each other. The first is the pot. Most of us grow our tomatoes in a grow bag, a container, or a greenhouse border. Next to the open ground, those hold almost no water at all. A grow bag is a thin slab of compost, and a thirsty plant carrying a full head of fruit can drain it from soaking to bone dry inside a single hot day. Small store, big thirst. That is a swing just waiting to happen. The second reason is us and our weather. A British summer goes dry for a week, throws down a proper soaking overnight, then turns dry again. That is already the exact rhythm a tomato hates most. Now add a forgetful gardener on early shifts, which was me for years, who forgets for 3 days, panics, and then drowns the poor thing. Small pot, wild weather, busy hands. You could not build a better machine for swinging between flood and drought if you sat down and tried, and it is the fruit that pays for every single swing. So how do you actually keep it steady? Let us talk drippers and timing, because this is where steady is won or lost. First, wet the whole root zone, not one spot. A tomato throws its roots out in a wide ball, so one dribble down the stem leaves most of them dry. I run 2 drippers per plant, one either side, and a really thirsty plant in high summer gets a third. That way the whole ring of roots stays evenly damp, and the plant is never chasing water. Second, frequency beats volume. It is far better to give a moderate drink every single day than a big flood twice a week. Small and often holds the compost at that even, steady damp the fruit is asking for. Third, and this is the one that saves you, do not water by the calendar. Push a finger into the compost to the second knuckle, or just lift the bag and feel its weight. Light means dry, heavy means fine. On the hottest days of the year, a big container tomato may want that drink once in the morning and again in the evening. Let the plant in the pot tell you, never the day of the week. And if your tomatoes live in a greenhouse, everything I have said matters twice over. A greenhouse is a desert. No rain ever reaches that border or those pots, not one single drop. So the plant depends entirely on whatever your hand or your timer chooses to give it. There is no forgiving shower to bail you out on the day you forget. On a bright afternoon, the air in there can climb well past the point where a tomato is comfortable. The flowers can struggle to set in that heat, and the compost dries out faster than anything standing outside. So a greenhouse tomato needs the steadiest hand of the lot. Water it at the same time each morning. Keep the air moving with an open door or a vent so it is not sitting hot and stale, and never assume a wet forecast has done a thing for it. The rain you can hear drumming on the glass is landing on the roof, running straight off and going nowhere near the roots. Under glass there is no weather but you. That is a good thing when you are steady, and a cruel one when you are not.